Hello, welcome back. So I was just talking about getting my Nitor mine going. But first, I think I'm going to build a farm, build some farms. Because my builder's right here already. We can get some food going, get some housing. So it's already at 6, and I'll get it at 7, which will be quite nice. So I think medieval fairs is where we want to go. Man, I could really use, do I want to put a freaking necropolis here? Kinda do. Screw it. Screw it. Who needs production, maybe? So we want to be suzerain of everything we can, right? So Brussels, wonder production, quite nice. Otherwise, we can take our pick. This could be good. +3 for the Colosseum. I'm not sure if it applies. It probably doesn't. Regional effects from entertainment complex districts probably does not affect the Colosseum. But even if it just affects entertainment district, that'll be nice. Although we don't have any we don't have any industrial zones yet. So boosting those is kind of questionable when we could boost our campuses. Because if you didn't know, getting more points, even if you're not the suzerain, getting more points boosts the relevant district. So getting more points in Jakarta will boost our commercial hubs. Production boost industrial zones. You get the idea. Probably knew that already. It's a fairly basic game concept, but it can be a bit tricky because the first one only boosts the capital, and you actually doesn't have anything to do with the district. So it's like +2 production in the capital. Once you get higher than +1, it affects the districts. So it's one of the few ways you can specialize in this game is I build a bunch of campuses, right? Or let's just say, because what I'm really doing is building a bunch of theater districts. Wow, I messed up. So let's say I do that, and then I focus my envoys on cultural city-states. Now we're really talking. I'm really boosting my culture because it boosts each theater district you have. Though I have to say, once again, it's not a percentage-based bonus, and it's yet another thing that rewards wide over tall because it's per district. I'd say city-states in this game even more impactful than they used to be. Because these are quite massive bonuses. Pardon the yawn. Like, +4 in every, if you get 6, right? You get suzerain. Let's say we get 6. +4 in every industrial zone we own. Could be like 4 industrial zones. Plus 15% production towards wonders. I mean, it's pretty good. So we lost Brussels, so that sucks. Sometimes it just naturally, like, the requirement goes up. Even though no one took our place as suzerain, the number of envoys required to be suzerain increased. I guess based on eras or something. Not quite sure how that works. Maybe it grows? What size is it? Where the hell is it? Down here. 6? I'm not really sure. But anyway, we'll have to get that back. Are we ever going to build an encampment? No. Are we going to greet merchant? No. Knight? Maybe. Holy site? Hell no. That's kind of too bad, because that's our thing, right? We're Pericles, so chop that out. Violated the max housing law. But it's okay. And I think we'd even grow in this particular city because of all the bananas. We can push it up to max instead of 1 below. Let's get our Acropolis going. Let's get our two universities, and then we can try to get Forbidden Palace, which is one reason I picked Autocracy, which is the weakest of the 3 usually. The 3 first tier governments. Does give a wonder boost, so that's something. trying to remember. Not till Divine Right do we get Wonder boosts, which is kind of a shame. Well, we might get it while we're building Forbidden Palace. In fact, we probably will, actually. So, I was going to say it won't help us, but I think we'll actually make it there. And again, like I said earlier, we want Monarchy because we're Pericles. The Monarchy legacy bonus / like general bonus is envoys. And we are Pericles, so that's kind of our thing. How you feeling, baby? Neutral, okay. Huh. She doesn't give a damn. I wonder what her second agenda is. I'm actually kind of curious. If I send her a trade route, actually, I'm about to get printing, so I'll know. It's not a huge deal, right? It doesn't. I feel like although I will say compared to Civ 5, right? I mean, I always compare everything to Civ 5 because I think a lot of people interested in this game come from that background, but they're not sure they want to buy this game or whatever. That's a good setup. Compared to Civ 5, the alliances you make are more permanent. Like, you actually get a relationship boost from declaring friendship, from making alliances. Which we might be able to do now. Not yet. Alliances are pretty soon, I believe. Diplomatic service. Maybe it's nationalism. What the hell is it? Anyway, oh, I was right. I was like right by it. So we're one turn away. Yeah, you get like a relationship boost from making an alliance. So it's very easy to keep friends in this game compared to Civ 5. Civ 5, it seemed like how the AI felt about you was just like their daily whim. So we've got amphitheater. Even though I kind of want a university too. I want to get my amphitheaters going. Lots and lots and lots of amphitheaters. Lots and lots and lots of Great Rider points. Freaking just own this whole tree right here. Currently at +3. Our biggest competition is at +15. That does not make me happy. Looks like we might have to tussle with Congo. That's is unfortunate, but it's okay. Patala Palace is quite good. Patala Palace, it's funny, is it's a good wonder. Nice wonder. And it's also a direct downgrade in every conceivable way from Forbidden City. Which I went into in a different video, but you could take my word for that. I'll probably talk about it again later. Poor Ephesus has no production. 29 turn quick speed amphitheater. Hell, I'm impressed it finished this theater square. Pardon me. You know, I will say, so like Patala Palace, so it's direct downgrade from Forbidden City. It gives a diplomatic instead of a wild card. It gives 2 culture 3 faith instead of +5 culture. It has to be put on a hill, which is pretty important. I already talked about that when I talked about the Acropolis. You want to work hills. You don't want to put stuff on them. And it even costs more to build. 1060 production, 920 production. I just think that's kind of funny. And yet, ironically, it's still a good wonder. It's well worth building. Anything that gives you a slot, real nice. It's just the Forbidden Palace is just that good. So if you don't know, there's actually there's 4 wonders that give slots. They are Forbidden Palace, wildcard. Potala Palace gives a diplomatic slot. Alhambra gives a military slot, and Big Ben gives an economic slot. There's actually a achievement if you're Pericles for getting all 4 of those wonders plus a late game government. So you have 12 total slots. So like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then maybe you don't need all. So I think the achievement is 12. And this gives you, what did I say, 6, so 8. So if you get 3 of those wonders, plus your natural bonus, your natural extra one, then you get 12. So, you can double check that on Steam yourself. I think you can get 3 of those wonders, and then you get the achievement as Pericles, if you're interested in that sort of thing. Which I kind of am, although I'm not really going to go out of my way on this playthrough for it. But it's worth knowing about, I guess. Mine is fine. I feel like we have enough production here. Yeah, that mine was a total waste. Probably gonna... Would really like some farms here. You need to grow, boy. Grow, grow. Hooray, we boosted an ancient era tech. Gotta save that science.
It's all papers and forms. The entire civil service is like a fortress, made of papers, forms, and red tape.
So here's something cool. We can get amenities, 1 per city. Always nice. Don't need serfdom anymore. Let me see. Meritocracy is a fantastic card. Well worth running as often as you can. Insulae is also quite good, but I think in our case, we're not too squeezed on housing. We also don't have many cities that have 2 districts yet, which is kind of the problem with that card. And 1 housing isn't like godly anyway. We want the wonder. That's it's easy to get tripped up, right? You forget what era you're building in, and then you use an old policy card that does nothing. So this wonder boost does nothing for Forbidden Palace. So do not make that mistake, is all I'm going to say. I want meritocracy. So we gain about 12 culture per turn. Quite nice. Someone build something good? Hagia. Who cares about Hagia? Ephesus desperately needs a builder. He only has 1 though. I gotta send 1 down there. So his agenda is Barbs. I wonder why he doesn't like us. I don't have a religion. I thought that his agenda doesn't enthusiastic disciple doesn't kick in unless you have a religion, but yeah, it doesn't seem like it has. So it's like technically he's at +3, but
There are very honest people who do not think that they have had a bargain unless they have cheated a merchant.
LO freaking L. I shouldn't actually have finished that because I was trying to get monarchy, but I also really want humanism. Monarchy first. Gotta get that better government going. Although, I'm building a wonder. So, maybe a slight chance change that decision. It's stupid to wait around in an old government. Is it though? What do we really gain? What do we really gain? We gain a diplomatic slot. That's pretty much it. Because we get another military slot, but it's not going to do anything for us. We get a much better, we get a pretty good legacy bonus too. I might wait. Hell, man, I'm getting humanism right now. Or I'll queue it up. Or hell, I could finish the tech even. But I mean, it's not like I need humanism either, right? I mean, I want this in all my cities except the ones that are building certain wonders. I need to send this guy down here. Jeez, I should have built another builder. Should have followed my own advice. Always get an extra one. Oh, we do want to finish it because we get a boost to building the wonder itself. But we might not switch a government right away. Because we might want to get Forbidden Palace, but also even... Hell, we could put it right there. That'd be cool. But hell, we could also pick up Patala Palace, potentially. Both are boosted. Both those techs are boosted by universities, which is what we're building in 2 cities right now. Well, Forsalas next, I should say. Alright, well done, Mr. Sparta. Not that you're a person to listen to me. Do I have mercenaries? We're gonna upgrade this stuff once we get mercenaries. Oh, I'm missing one in Athens. You, stand in Athens. Give them an amenity with your beautiful presence. Mercenaries gives this really important civic card. 50% discount on upgrades. That's a lot of gold. You really, unless you have to, you don't want to upgrade units without it. So even though we want crossbows, you know, we don't want to use that. We don't want to spend gold without that policy. So we're going to hold off slightly. I gotta send this poor city. This poor city. Starving for production. Starving for housing. And I mentioned this in the recordings that I lost, but Montezuma placed this city because this is the Great Barrier Reef. I just can't see it. And the reason I can't see it is because it's more than 2 tiles away from the coast. Still, this is still a terrible place for a city. Because, yeah, you got this, like, 1 super nice tile, right? 4 science, 1 food. Well, 4 science, but it's also 1 food. And this has no production or anything. But, it's kind of funny they did that. So let's, oh, I forgot about the library, too. That's irksome. Getting a little squeezed here in text. Can we buy a university? What are you talking about, boy? Someone built Forbidden Palace, one of those. Great library. Wow, well you boosted all your ancient techs. Good job. Oh, and you got the Hanging Gardens. Oh, that's a good one. That's a real good one. We'd really like a trade route in Farsalos to help it out a little bit. Currently, the trade route's in Rhodes. We'll get one soon. It's from Sparta's commercial zone. Will you cut yelling? Quit. Oh my God. Sean Bean, ladies and gentlemen, starring in my videos. I'm directing Sean Bean right now. Think about it. Think about it. Probably should get this one. Don't need it. Don't need this. Don't need. Woo! So let's check Great Rider points. We're at 12. But Congo's at 7 freaking teen. So it looks like killing Congo is our path to victory. Although someone's taken the liberty of doing that for us. Maybe that's barbarians. You at war, my little friend? You are. France is giving us a hand here. Even if we don't really want to help France either, right? But it's better to take down our biggest rival for these great people. Which I'm not going to do until I get my own districts up. I mean, you could absolutely make the case that I should just go kill him now. You know, I mean, absolutely could justify that. But I feel like having my own very strong infrastructure in place will put me in a position to build the units, get the science I need to make that happen. And I have 8 cities, which is very, very strong, as I was talking about earlier. So I'm gonna... Should I just hard build the trader or just buy it? I'm just gonna buy it. We'd like a market. I get a boost for getting a certain number of markets. 2 markets, I think. Which I'm not gonna... Probably not gonna get. Oh, maybe I will. Commercial hubs, baby. So I do need to get my industrial zones going. So here's the thing. Industrial zones were massively nerfed, so they don't stack anymore. The AoE boost from factories doesn't stack, or power plants. So you only, in my opinion, like, you don't need that many as many as you used to. It's like optional, right? It kind of depends on where you can place it, one, and B, if you're competing for great engineers. This one. So, you know,
astronomy compels the soul to look upwards and leads us from this world to another.
Freaking Plato, man. What a guy. Cannot build Patala here. I was saying something important, wasn't I? I kind of lost my train of thought right there. For that, I apologize. What the heck was I talking about? Industrial zones. So you do want, though, you always want to have every city covered by an industrial zone, right? So, you know, I kind of want, like, maybe I'll probably need 2 at least. So one for these cities in the west, one for these cities in the east. I might need 3, though, because these are kind of far apart. Could stick it here-ish. That's actually a pretty good spot right there. It's quite a good spot, actually. Maybe here. Because I also want to put a campus, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, that's the farthest I could get and still cover Mycenae. Could stick 1 down here. Could have 3, maybe. But you always want to have at least one covering the cities, right? Because that's just a massive production bonus, which is always amazing. But if you already have that, it's much less worthwhile because it costs a good chunk of production to build the thing in the first place. Yeah, it gives you production and it costs production and it pays off over time, but it takes a while. So 60, let's say building it, 60 production. Let's just say workshop and industrial zone for now. 60 plus 175. That's 60 plus 175, so that's 235 production to get these two things. And what is it going to get you is plus 4. Maybe. So let's say you get, 2 from the workshop and 2 from adjacency at first. I mean, you could obviously improve that, right? But in that case, it's 4 per turn. That's a pretty common scenario, right? 4 production per turn after it costs you 235 to build it. So you do the math on the number of turns it takes to pay itself back. When in the meantime, you could have like a trade route, you could have a science. Though, I mean, adjacency, right, is a thing. So you could have it maybe an awesome spot with a bunch of hills. It gives you a bunch of production. Maybe right there. Ooh, right there is okay too. Even right here, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I think I've made my overall point with that. Do I want an arena? I don't really care. I mean, it's still growing, right? You're done growing. Give it up. You're done growing. You're done growing too. So I'm just changing the focus here. Because obviously we're not growing in these cities. Because they're at max housing. Hello? Argos. Not growing either. Oh yeah, this one was glitching out. So if I disable food focus, it starves. Obviously not a good idea. And I think we're going to force finish this one. So we want another zone. Not zone. Kind of want a commercial zone. Or an industrial zone. Isn't terrible. But I should figure out where I'm going to put my industrial zones. So one here and one over here. So yeah, I don't need to build it in Athens. I could just put a nice commercial district down instead. I could also get an encampment. That's not a terrible idea. Where the hell would I put it though? Like over here? Because that way I get a city state quest, and B, I'll be ready for when I probably am gonna go attack this dude. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I might have missed the boat on getting a bonus from it. This might not be 100% the best place for it. But encampments don't give yield, so they don't need to be adjacent to anything. Like, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I could boost my other districts by giving them adjacency bonuses, but I don't have a really good spot for that in this city without using up a hill, which I, of course, always hate to do. So actually, I had some boosts for getting encampment-related things, but I already teched them. That's okay. It's still worth getting. Oh my god, I gotta get this. Wonder hoarding, yeah. So the reason we sent this trade out here is to get it some production. So it gets +2 from Sparta, +1 from Congo, +2 and more from going to what's his face. Do we want science? Kind of want science. Go here. The reason I didn't give it one of those internal trade routes, which had very nice yields, is that I don't need that food, right? I'm already at max housing pretty much in 3 turns. So all that food yield is wasted. So that +3 food, 3-2 production trade route, which sounds really good, and is really good, actually stops becoming relevant once it's housing capped. So it's just the equivalent of +2, pretty much, +2 of production. And so it's just +2 production compared to, you know, +2 production and a bunch of other little bonuses too. Becomes kind of a no-brainer at that point. Hooray, shouldn't this be +4? Maybe not. Anyway, that's it for this episode. We'll see you in the next one.